Hello YouTube fans, how are you guys today? Well, I'm going to talk to you guys about my GFI outlet I made a long time ago. And I'm going to show you on how to properly ground the 4x4 metal box with the GFI by using just a couple of these grounding cables here. By the way, I made these guys here. And I'm going to be using these crimping connects on either side. And this is a 12 gauge copper wire here, flexible stranded cable, by the way. And you're going to need a nut and a screw. If you have a ground screw, this will also take a ground screw, but I don't have a ground screw. And also I'm going to use this orange wire cap to tie all three grounds together. The tools you're going to need is a flathead screwdriver and also a Phillips screwdriver as well. And the GFI, I made this I made it a long time ago, guys, but you can see it does has a 4x4 metal box. It's one of those larger metal boxes. By the way, this is a GFI you can use outdoors in your kitchen or in your bathroom. Anything that has a liquid kind of like water and stuff. And I have a good black grounded outlet. By the way, here is my outlet right here. It's a 3 grounded system. Here is my ground, here's my hot, and here's my neutral on that side. And we're going to go ahead, take the front plate cover off to get the access to the grounding screw on the GFI outlet. I should have done this a long time ago. I was so busy with own things and I just never got the chance of actually properly grounding my GFI outlet on the metal box here. And that's okay. I mean, it's been working just fine without me having to grounding the metal box, but actually that's by a wire code. If you have any type of metal boxes, you actually should properly ground your boxes. Take off the front plate cover though. By the way, we're going to need to take this guy off to get to the grounding screw. And we'll go ahead and put this off to the side. We're going to go ahead and just manually unscrew all these screws on the GFI. Now, what's really nice about this GFI is it's a safety when I'm doing any type of electrical projects, and I'm not constantly going to destroy any of my own electrical stuff in my house here, you know. But let's go ahead and pop this guy off here. What we did is now we have the GFI out of the box. What we need to get access to now is we need to take this guy off by removing a couple more screws to be able to get to the grounding screw on the bottom of the box. So now, you know, you're going to have 3 or 4 different type screws here, or 6 different type screws here. Now, this is a pretty easy way to do this. I'm going to go ahead, take my cover plate. I'm going to go and see if I can feed my outlet through the cover plate like that. Move that to the side. You can see it's all metal, by the way. Let's go ahead and take the grounding wire like this one. And we're going to go ahead and stick it where this grounding screw hole is supposed to be going. And by the way, it's been working very good like this for the past couple years now, but I'm actually going to go ahead and properly ground the whole tile box. That's the proper way to do it. And after I stick the wire nuts like this, or the screw in the bottom, typically this will actually thread itself into the box itself, but again, I'm going to have to kind of use kind of a wire nut kind of thing here to be able to get it on here. But this GFI is a pretty good standard size regular GFI here, just a standard basic GFI. What it does, and the reason why you should, when you're doing your electrical projects, you should always have some type of GFI on your project when you're making your projects and stuff. And after we attach that, let's go ahead and make sure it's fully attached to the box here. Again, you can see it's going to go ahead and tighten this guy down even more to properly get it to tighten up. And there you go. Now that screw has been tightened up. Let's go ahead, move the wires out of my way. Take the one from the grounding point of the outlet. We're gonna go ahead and fan this kind of like twisted kind of thing here. Put the ground that way off to the side. And we're just gonna go ahead and take this screw, just like this, and place it into the grounding screw. And it's a pretty safe way to do this. Make sure you have this unplugged when you are working on it, by the way. Make sure you don't electrocute yourself. And what we're going to do now is, now we have all three wires going to be tied together. First, we're going to trim off excess copper there on top of my grounding screw there, or the grounding guy here. Let's go ahead and take off just a bit of this copper. Don't need to take much off. You only just need to take a little bit off, because then you have to re-strip the whole thing, and don't want to do that. Right, guys? And we go ahead and take all three of my grounding, three of my wires here, and then we're going to go ahead and put all three of them together. And we're going to go ahead and just twist these guys together, like kind of like this, to kind of give it more like even look. And we take the wire nut, it's the standard orange wire nut. I hope it fits this. If it doesn't, I have actually more wire nuts I can actually use to fit the wire nut. Well, apparently this is not going to fit this guy here, guys. It's a little too big. Oh, actually, this cap's a little too small. The wire's a little too big. But that's okay. I have extra grounding or extra wire caps floating around somewhere. Let's go ahead and steal the one off of this guy. That happens when you have too many wire nuts on your, too many wires on your ground though. But that's okay. Instead of using an orange cap, we're just going to go ahead and use this little cap instead. And by the way, I'm going to go ahead and screw this cap on this like this. And we're just going to keep on twisting just to make sure it's nice and tight. And for a little bit more safety here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add a bit of electrical tape on that wire nut as well. And after we have it all screwed on, do the pull test just to make sure it's not going to come off, and it's not going to come off, and that's always a good thing. Let's go ahead and take some of my electrical tape here, and we're going to wrap the electrical tape around the cap, just to make sure we're going to have a good solid connection. you can use on different wire nuts and all sorts of different things. If we kind of like stuck kind of like in the upside of the wire nut like this, and kind of work myself kind of down towards the wire nut here. And you might need 3 or 4, but I think a good amount of electrical tape will work just fine. And we're going to go ahead and actually put one more piece on just to keep it from coming off. This is something I always do when I'm doing any type of electrical. I always put electrical tape around the wire nuts before they don't come off, or they don't fall off over time. Typically you don't have to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and put another piece of electrical tape around the wire nut as well. I'm just going to go ahead and put 2 pieces. You actually should make it long enough for you to actually have only one wrap around the wire nut. Now you can see now my wire nut is screwed, and now it's not going to come off now it's never going to come off. Well, yeah, it will come off if you actually take the wire tape off, the electrical tape. And we're going to take the metal plate, feed it back through the outlet like this. It's a bit tricky, but you can actually feed the outlet like this through the top. And you can actually, if you want, feed that to the top as well. And we're going to go ahead and now button this all up here with all the proper size screws. And by the way, it is a by-wire code. We actually have the metal box properly grounded, because if somebody would actually touch the box itself and then you have like current going through it, you can actually, shock yourself, and that's not a good thing, because that's not a good thing. That you don't want that, guys. You want your box to be properly grounded. Not just from the GFI side. You just want to make sure you properly splice and make a pigtail on your wires, and just make sure you're all having a good grounding outlet. Let's now go ahead, and after we sliced all the grounds, you can see I have one going directly to the GFI, one going to the box, and my main ground directly coming from my cable. And now we go ahead and tuck the wire nut and ground in the box itself. Now it's going to be a little bit more trickier, because now I have more wires than I actually needed inside this box, but that's why I got a big ol' box here. Going to go ahead and get rid of that wire nut, because that wire nut we're not going to be able to use for the wire nut. Go ahead and screw all this in. And we're also going to test it to make sure you actually have the proper safety codes, and also the safety to make sure we have it all grounded completely right on the metal box itself. But typically you don't have to do this, but typically yes you do, because it's actually a wire code. You don't properly ground your box and you actually have an accident, and you don't want to be responsible for somebody getting hurt and also getting electrocuted by shocking himself on the metal box. Let's go ahead and now put my cover plate back on the GFI cover now. And we go ahead and put these screws, tiny little screws, back in. Do a bit more of a pain in the butt to work with here, because they're a little bit different, they're smaller. And also a flathead screw and a non-actual Phillips screw. But you can actually get them in now by working them in and stuff like that. But you know, it's pretty cool to actual wire up an outlet and wire it up properly, and you can actually wire it up wrong too. And so you're going to be putting an on outlet on this. You would do the same thing with the ground again, doing the pigtail, wire nutting it, and also taping it to keep the wire nut from coming loose. And now we are finally done with that, but we are not done testing it, just to make sure we have a good grounding. And I honestly don't know where my outlet tester went. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can find it. It's floating around somewhere in my room. Ah, there she is. We're going to go ahead and take the outlet tester, plug it into my GFI, and we're going to go ahead and take the cord and just test the outlet itself down on the bottom of my wall here, just to make sure we actually all properly have it properly grounded, and make sure you do have it grounded, because that's something important you guys want to make sure you're able to do. And we'll test it. And you can see the lights are not on yet. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Please share. Also, please like. Peace out. Bye, guys. We'll see you in the next vlog. Alright, later, guys.